Bray Wyatt.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Good to see you. First of all, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, man.
Bray Wyatt is our world heavyweight champion.
Who would have thought, right?
Who would have thought? I mean, did you think?
Yeah.
Did you always know?
Yeah.
Was this always part of the plan?
I don't think if you get into this and you don't have that mindset, you're basically wasting your time.
Yep.
You know, whether or not it was ever going to come to fruition, you know, I knew as long as I hung in here, sooner or later I'd get to that point, and I was right, you know,
Because it's been a long, rocky road for you in terms of, you know, it's been quite up and down in terms of how you and the Wyatt family have been presented and booked. Was there ever a time when you thought, I don't know if this is going to happen for me?
No.
In terms of reaching the top of the mountain?
No. I feel like, too, like a lot of the times, like if I go back and look at the landscaping of my life, my career here as well, it's like the ridiculously hard times are kind of what strengthened me. Yeah. You know, and like now that I've been through hell, you know, over and over and over again, and the ups and the downs, I feel like my mind is calloused. You know, I'm almost impenetrable. You know, not afraid of anything. Yeah. So it's like I knew sooner or later I'd get to it. It was just a matter of how and when. And I waited for the perfect opportunity, and here we are going into WrestleMania as the WWE champion. Yeah. So
I mean, wrestling's obviously in your blood. Your grandfather, your father, your uncles are all in part of the business. So you talk about the down times and when things get hard. So when things aren't looking so rosy, do you take them really personally? Is it really tough for you? No, I had this past year was very, very hard for me because I went to WrestleMania with The Rock, which is not my finest moment, you know, and then which, you know, it was a huge deal to be in the ring with a big star like him, I guess. Yeah. But it was not where I wanted to be. And creatively. Then, you know, right after that, you know, things were starting to look good for a second. And then I tore my calf in Italy. Then Blackjack died. And then my best friend died about 2 weeks later. And it was just like everything was there, like all at once, just boom, boom, boom. And I was just sitting there, you know, in my home alone, you know, just kind of wondering, and what can I do to get back in this? And it kind of motivated me and it took my mind to another place where I'd never been before. And it was like it helped me go forward, you know. Yeah. And this year, so far, everything's been, you know, wonderful. It's been amazing. And I think, you know, and that's attributed to the horrible things that I went through last year. Yeah. So let's talk about the good times. Mm-hmm. What's been a personal favorite, like, highlight for you in the years that you've been on the main roster with the Wyatt family? What's been a particular favorite moment or match that you've had as
like
part of WWE?
As a unit?
Either as a unit or a singles performer.
I've been asked this a bunch of times, and I have a bunch of experiences. Like, obviously winning this was probably the coolest thing I ever did. Yeah. It was a very rewarding moment, I guess you would say. Like, but there's lots of stuff, you know, when you go into war with your brothers and they're all right next to you and we're all fighting for something bigger than us. You know, I think back to the Shield. Yeah. I think back to Royal Rumble with Daniel Bryan. You know, even WrestleMania with Undertaker, you know. Those are all, like, very proud moments. You know, I'm about to wrestle John Cena again right now. You know, I wrestled him at WrestleMania a few years ago, you know, and now here we are, you know, main eventing at Madison Square Garden with me as the champion. Yeah. You know, and it's a tribute to myself, again, fighting through the hard times.
Now let's talk about promos, if you don't mind. Fans are very vocal about the stuff that the WWE performers say on the mic. There's this sort of clear distinction between what works and what doesn't, and I think it's fair to say that if something comes from within the performer, if it's very personal to them, it's going to be better than something that's been handed to them, you know, a script backstage. Are you given a lot of creative freedom because your character is very out there, but somehow it really connects with the audience?
Yeah, well, that's something that, again, I've been asked time and time again, and like no one can write words for me. You know, I'd like to know where we're going sometimes, you know, but I can only be me.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that can be me. And, like, I'm not the type of person that I'm not like Enzo and Cass, you know, where I go out there and I hit the same punchline 100 times and drill it into your head so you chant it back at me and show me how great I am. Like, when I go out there, I'm trying to deliver something important to me. You know, there's passion and there's emotion behind every single syllable that I put out of my mouth. And I feel like people have really connected with that, you know, on very deep levels, you know, not just entertainment value, but people that have, like, taken to it as life lessons, which, you know, is cool, I guess. But, like, it's when I go out there, it's because I want to deliver something special, and I wanted to give them something that no one else does, and no one else does me, because no one else is me.
Yeah.
And I think that will be my legacy when I die here, hopefully.
Now, a lot is made about the placement of matches at WrestleMania. Fans talk a lot about what will end the show, you know, what will be the final match on the show. On SmackDown Live, repeatedly the commentators have been saying that Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton will be the main event of WrestleMania. Do you guys know if you're going on last or not? And is that a big deal for you?
Yeah, I think it's we deserve it. I mean, why wouldn't we?
No, I agree.
You know, Randy won the Royal Rumble. You know, I'm the WWE champion. He's challenging me, and we can give them something that no one else in the card can give them. Especially not, you know, Brock and Goldberg is a spectacle. It really is. You know, it's something that people will want to see. But me and Randy is a whole nother beast, a whole nother animal, and something that can go forward for the next 10 years, you know. It's not, I mean, with all due respect to those two, we're the main event of WrestleMania.
Well, I can't wait to see it. And what can fans expect from the match? Because the storyline is very sort of set apart from everything else on WWE TV. It's completely different. I mean, first of all, when we talk about that storyline and, you know, the compound burning down and those amazing scenes, your performance, by the way, on SmackDown reacting to that was incredible, absolutely incredible, genuinely emotional.
Well, yeah, when you've spent your life creating this.
Yeah.
And to see it all destroyed was a very emotional moment for me on the realest of all levels.
And do you have quite a lot of creative input in terms of how these stories are told and how we get to the beats of the story?
I don't know.
Not giving away too much. Fair enough. But yeah, what can fans expect from you and Randy Orton in the match itself?
It'll be a beautiful disaster.
I like that.
It'll be art, and it'll be violence, and it'll be story, and it will be a beautiful disaster.
What a great way to describe it.
Yeah, well, it'll be the only one of its kind. There'll be no one else to touch it on the card.
Yeah, I can't wait. Now, Bray Wyatt is the eater of worlds, but I want to know, if you don't mind, what you like eating in the real world. What's your go-to meal?
No, I'm a cowboy from the woods. I like steak.
Nice.
Well, I actually like Korean barbecue a lot, like Japan and stuff. Like
I
really like going out to do that. But basically, I just eat meat. I hate vegetables. I hate fruit. I like potatoes. I take that back. But everything else, I just really like steak and stuff.
So steak and chips as you go to.
Very, well, no, say chips.
Maybe. Mashed potato, that sort of thing.
Maybe something
a lot more healthy.
Southern, a little more healthy.
Is Bray Wyatt a dessert man?
No.
You don't have a sweet tooth?
No. Like, I don't. That's not my thing.
Okay.
You know, deep fried, maybe. You know, but desserts, nah, that ain't my thing, man.
Steak and deep fried mashed potato.
No.
Does that work?
If
Basically,
you can figure
chips.
out a way to do that, I will pay the scientists to figure it out.
Now, I've got to ask you this: are we going to see your younger brother, Mr. Bo Dallas, as part of a sort of new Wyatt family at some point?
I'm certain of it.
Really?
It's at some point, yeah.
Is that something that you and him discuss a lot?
Not a lot, but it's something we have discussed. We spent our whole careers together when we were in Florida.
Yeah.
Back before it was cool to be in developmental. So yeah, we were pretty good together, and I think it will come at some point because he's the most underestimated performer on this roster. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at the tapes.
He's a great performer.
Yeah.
He's a great performer.
And it will happen at some point, no doubt in my mind.
I've got goosebumps thinking about that. And very finally, just talk to us a bit about WrestleMania and your experiences of WrestleMania. It's not just one night. It's a week long. You know, it's fun in the sun for a whole week in Orlando. What are you most looking forward to about WrestleMania week?
Well, it won't be fun in the sun for me.
No.
I'm really just looking forward to that night. You know? It's and trying to tell myself to enjoy this, you know, because the stress is very real, and getting to that point and delivering, winning, all those things are very real. So like me getting to that point, you know, that night is what I'm looking forward to most in that moment, and you know, capturing something that I have not yet been able to attain.
Yeah.
And you know, that is going to be something that I will remember the rest of my life. My children will remember the rest of their life. You know, it's a very special thing, and teaching myself to enjoy it.
And do you find it hard to enjoy it because of the pressures and everything that comes with it?
Well, it's just in the level of competition, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very motivated to win. I'm very motivated to, like I said, deliver, you know, because this is a position that I'm very proud of being in. And yeah, I will enjoy it once it is over. I feel like I will very much enjoy it. I just want to make sure that everything is perfect.
Awesome. I'm sure it will be. Bray Wyatt, lovely to meet you.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks so much.
Awesome, man.